What is up guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing an in-depth tutorial on Barats. Alright, so I've been experimenting around with him and trying to figure out where does he fit. I even freaking built attack speed on him, full damage and stuff like that to see where he actually fits. So for me right now, before the video even starts, he fits as an offlaner. He has a lot of sustain when he has full stacks, plus he actually has pretty good poke with his first skill and all that stuff. He's really tanky and he has good wave clear and AoE damage, so it's really easy to clear the minions and pretty good pushing potential. Don't forget to subscribe, of course, before we start the video, cause 60% of you are still not subscribed. I look at the analytics, 60% of you watching me still not subscribed. Slap that like a freaking like, that's like a freaking combination of subscribe and like. Like button right now and we're good to go. Alright, I'll see you guys in the practice mode to see his mechanics and passive and stuff like that. Alright, so here we are on the mechanics section. Let's talk about Barats' passive first. Alright, so for Barats' passive, to put it in simpler words, his passive could stack up to 25. That is the maximum stack, but it has many levels to it. Once you reach 16 stacks, you're gonna end up having AoE damage on your auto attack, and then your first skill will also get bigger at 25 stacks and 16 stacks. So how do you get his passive? He's like a Claude. If you've played Claude before, you want to keep your passive all the time. Same with Uranus, you want to keep your passive all the time. You want to get hit by towers, hit by minions. You want 20 stacks all the time for Uranus. For Claude, you want 10 stacks all the time. Now, for Barats, you want 25 stacks all the time. How do I maintain that 25 stacks? You need to keep using your skills. Alright, thank you for subscribing, Avocado. Thank you for subscribing. You need to keep using your skills on minions, heroes, or jungle camps. It doesn't matter, as long as it's a skill. For example, let's demonstrate. This jungle camp right here, I use first skill. Your first skill actually procs twice. The first time it procs is when you put it down. The second time it procs is when it blows up. It kind of, oh, you'll see, watch. What? Okay, and then it blows up a little bit. There's like a fire, right? There's a fire that blows up. So it procs twice, which means it gives you 2 stacks instead of 1. Now for second skill, it only gives you 1 stack. 1 stack, as you can see. 1 stack. So first skill is better for maxing out. Make sure you max out your first skill. So let's demonstrate when he gets 16 stacks. Let's put a lot of bots right here so it's a lot faster. You actually get more stacks when there are more people around, as you can see. Let's say there's 4 or 5 Zilongs right here and I use first skill. Alright, I'm gonna get 5 stacks as soon as I put my first skill, and then I'm gonna get 10 stacks as soon as my first skill blows up, as long as they're in that area of the skill. You'll see 1, okay, 5, 10. See, I get 10 stacks. So that's how the first skill works. It procs twice, and the more people you have in front of you, the better. Oh, now I have 20 stacks. Now I have a stomp on my auto attack, as you can see. And then at 25 stacks, my stomp gets even stronger, right? Gets even stronger, and my first skill gets even bigger. The area of effect is even bigger. So there's 3 stages. Before 16 stacks, you're still gonna lick. You're still gonna be licking like this, as you can see. See, I'm not stomping. Still licking. Alright, still licking. Feel me? And then for 16 stacks and 25 stacks, you start stomping. So you want to keep your stacks up all the time. Alright, that is very important for Barats. Alright, and you're gonna play Barats offlane. Let's talk about his first skill. We already kind of talked about it. First skill procs twice, gives you more stacks on your passive, and it slows them down right away. So for example, there is a patrolling Layla bot right here, and then I use my first skill right away. It slows them as soon as it hits. Alright, and then it blows up. Kind of like a Tamus. When Tamus hits the blades, it slows you down right away. Second skill, it just pushes them back, but it is very slow to proc. It is very slow and hard to use to proc, so you need to position it in advance. Alright, you need to guess where the enemies are gonna be at. It has pretty short range and it's pretty easy to dodge. Honestly, you can sidestep, you can just run away from it, so it takes time to actually push people back. But when you do push people back, oh man, is it so useful. Is it so useful on team fights and when catching people off guard. Now let's talk about Barats' ulti. This is a single target ulti, and you need to be close enough to actually eat them. Alright, to actually eat the enemies. Let's see here. Let's try it on Zilong. So if I'm all the way over here, obviously it's not gonna proc. I need to be really close. It could also work next to a bush, but the problem is the range is super short, as you can see. And then you aim where you're gonna throw them. Alright, it doesn't go through walls. Keep that in mind. Alright, ulti does not go through walls. When you spit him out, it doesn't go through walls. So make sure that you ulti into your teammates, alright, especially if it's core that you ate. Right? If it's a tank, spit it back out. If it's a tank, don't spit it to your teammates. You might get set. If you try eating Atlas and then you spit it out to your teammates, oh, you just help them out so much. So don't do that. That's not something that you want to do. Let's go more into the tips and tricks section, and it's probably gonna be repetitive. I will explain some stuff again on the tips and tricks section. All right. So I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys. So here we are on the tips and tricks section. Okay. So this might sound repetitive, but this is for the people that skip the mechanics section because they think it's useless, maybe. Okay, so to keep your stacks up, you see how there's 3 lane minions all the time, right? So for example, 3 lane minions. Let's just act like the Zilong are 3 lane minions. You want to use your first skill to hit those 3 minions, alright? So you get more stacks. So for example, I use my first skill on this 3 Zilong, I get 6 stacks. Because it procs once, procs twice. So I get 6 stacks right there. But if you only use it on 1 minion, alright? If you do it too early, for example, the minions are running, and then you only put your first skill on this first Zilong, right? They're running towards you. You only put your first skill on this first Zilong, you're only gonna get like 1 plus 3, so it's gonna be 4 stacks if they're running towards you, right? It's kind of hard to demonstrate, but you'll see it on the gameplay later. To keep your stacks up, you need to keep using these minions and jungle camps. You don't necessarily need to kill the jungle camps as long as you keep your stacks up, right? Like for Claude, if you play Claude, you should be good at this. Or even Uranus. You should be good at this. You can even use Turtle or Lord to keep your stacks up. Alright, you can just use your first skill. Yeah, first skill is going to be your main way of using your stacks. You don't have to kill them. Obviously you could, because Barats' clear is really good. You could clear them if you would like. Alright, so you can clear this. Once you're done with this, move on to the next jungle camp, to the first skill, all that stuff, right? So that is how you keep up with your stacks. Now, if you miss your first skill, you could also use your second skill to kind of keep your stacks up if you messed up. Only if you messed up, right? Usually you want to use and save up your second skill only if you want to catch somebody off guard, if a teammate is ganking for you, or if you're trying to run away or something. If you're trying to run away, you can also do this. Like, let's say you're running towards this way, right? So you're running this way, someone's chasing you, you could actually put this in front of you and then boom. Right? That's one way to keep enemies away from you, okay? So you just need to position it really well. If someone's running away from you, obviously you put it in front of them. Always put the second skill forward because it has an animation before it happens, alright? A lot of beginners will do, let's say, patrolling bot Layla. A lot of beginners will do this, alright? So you know where Layla is, as you can see? So if I put it right here where Layla is at right now, it's not gonna hit because it has animation. So that might seem pretty logical, common sense, but some people do it, right? So you need to teach them. So for the ulti, you can actually flicker ulti, okay? So that is another tip that I could give you. So let's try it out on Zilong right here. You hit the Zilong and then you aim backwards. And then when you're about to spit it out, boop, flicker ulti, right? And then he's all the way into the tower. You want to flicker before you spit it out. You could see the timer on the bottom, all right? So you will see a red bar that is like winding down on the bottom. And then after that, you're good. See? You see a red bar winding down. As soon as it almost is done, you want to flicker, okay? You want to flicker. So your spit is a lot further, but it doesn't go through a wall. So let's test it out on a wall. Alright? Only if you flicker over the wall, it works. For example, right? Your spit doesn't go through walls. See, Zilong will just be in front of me, it's gonna get stuck. He's gonna hit the wall. If Zilong is right here, and then you flicker ulti, right here, right? Flicker ulti. You're aiming towards this direction, flicker ulti, boom. You could go through wall that way, right? But not without the flicker. So that is the tip for Barats. Keep your passive up. You get more tankier when your passive is all the way to 25, or even 16 is good enough. You have AoE damage when your passive is at 16, so it's very important to keep your passive up. That is the main thing. That is what you're gonna take advantage of. You could use your first skill to poke, okay? First skill mainly to poke, even enemies. If you mess up your first skill and you end up not hitting the hero, use your second skill to keep your stacks up, okay? And also another thing, when you ulti, you're actually CC immune. So for example, Chu's running at me and he's about to knock me up or kick me. You can actually ulti to immune his kick and CC. Alright, so that is why I think Barats offlane could actually be really good. So let's say when people there's like a 4-man gank. Alright, 4-man gank and apparently, oh shit, where do I go? And you're about to get freaking kicked or knocked up by Chu. He has ulti, hopefully you spit him out right here. This is probably the best direction to spit him out, because they can get hit by towers afterwards. Obviously they could still damage you, but you're CC immune. That's the important part. So they're not going to be able to kick you out of the tower, alright? But you're going to be tanky if you have full stacks. So it's really hard to gank Barats either way. Make them work for it is what I mean. Alright, so let's move on to the emblems equipment section, right, in a bit. So here we are on the emblems section of the video. I think the best emblem for him is support emblem as an offlaner and avarice. So you just poke them with first skill, you get 10 gold. The main reason is you get more movement speed, which is when you turn into a big, you know, dinosaur, you're kind of slow. You're kind of slow. But with the support emblem, you get that extra movement speed and you can actually keep up with them. So that's why support emblem I think is good. And another thing is the hybrid regen, all right? Since you're going to be spamming your skills, you don't want to buy mana boots. So you get support emblem so you don't have to buy mana boots. You can keep spamming your skills. You're most likely not gonna run out of mana until like mid game. It's really hard to run out of mana with support emblem, okay? You could also go for pull yourself together, honestly. Just really up to you. Both would work, but it's really up to you. And some people, from what I see, they do this emblem right here, concussive blast. I mean, for me, he already has enough wave clear, but you could still use this. He already has enough wave clear potential with his AoE damage when he has full stacks and first skill. So I don't think you need concussive blast. I'm not saying it's bad. You could still use it, but you're gonna run out of mana when you're offlaning, okay? Since this doesn't give you a hybrid regen. I recommend support emblem. I already tried fighter emblem, it just does not work so well. I tried festival blood, I tried bloodlust axe, I tried damage build, I tried even marksman emblem attack speed build. It does a lot of damage, yes, but he's too squishy to be a core. Right, just too squishy. He already does enough damage as a tank, as like a full tank even. You can even out damage core sometimes building full tank, which is pretty insane, okay? So now let's move on to the spell section in a second. Alright guys, so here we are on the spell section of the video. For me personally, I like flicker. Alright, as you can see, you can flicker ulti when you're trying to run away, or if you're just trying to immune anything, right? When you're getting ganked and you ulti and then you try to immune, you don't even have to flicker ulti, right? Just to escape. I think flicker is really good. Purify, I don't know, it could also be an option, but Barats already has a CC immune on his ulti, so I don't think it's needed. I still prefer flicker. Another spell that I could see work is revitalize, sprint, and execute. Those three might work, right? It really depends on how you play it. Right now, Barats just came out, so obviously you haven't seen it in pro play yet. You haven't seen it in high elo play that much yet. People don't know how to play him. People are still trying to figure him out. But these are like the potential spells that you would see on Barats, right? Execute, sprint, revitalize, flicker, and purify. But mostly flicker, I would say. Mostly flicker. Even vengeance, honestly, or Aegis, if like last resort. There's many options for the spells, but mainly flicker is something that I would suggest, okay? So now let's go on to the build section of the video. So here we are on the equipment section of the video, alright? So I'm only gonna give you guys a general build. It's your job to actually adjust your build based on the enemies, alright? So if they're physical damage heavy, build all armor, don't build magic resist. If they're magic heavy, damage heavy, build magic resist, alright? So it's up to you to actually adjust the build. So for our boots, you want to go for, I think, magic resist boots, because you already have resilience on your passive. But if you add more resilience, alright, with magic resist boots, man, the time when you're stunned is so little. For example, Selena stuns you and you're full stack with 25, right? You know how long Selena's stun is? It's so short. It is really, really short. I was really surprised because I was playing Selena earlier and I went against a Barats that was full stacks, and I don't even think he had magic resist boots. My stun didn't last that long, and it was pretty far too. It was pretty far. So I think this is like the best boots for him. Obviously, you could still go armor boots if you would like. Really depends on you, okay? For the next item, you could either go for Thunder Belt or Curse Helmet, so you have some more AoE damage around you. Since he's already tanky enough with his passive stacks, the main point here is just building a lot of HP, because he's pretty tanky by himself already without even any items. His passive gives him magic resist and physical defense. So Thunder Belt, you could go for a more tanky armor item, obviously, if you don't like Thunder Belt, like maybe Brute Force Breastplate or Anti-Cuirass. Dominance Eyes could work, but it doesn't give you HP, so I'm not really a big fan of it. But it does have an AoE passive, so that could be good. You could slow people down when you're chasing them. Blade Armor is good against Claude, so it's like really, really situational. But for me, Thunder Belt, so after you spam, like you have like a 2-second cooldown on your first skill when you have full build. 2-second cooldown on your first skill, and you could just keep spamming first skill, auto attack, first skill, auto attack, and you will slow him down every single time. That's why I like Thunder Belt. For the next item, you could go for like Curse Helmet for more AoE damage. This gives a lot of HP, 1200 HP, and a little bit of magic defense. Obviously not the most magic defense. Oracle could work too, but I prefer Curse Helmet for that extra damage. Alright, you're not gonna be as tanky, alright, but that AoE damage on the stomp plus the Curse Helmet, oh man, it actually freaking hurts as a tank. Alright, for the next item is Queen's Wings. Alright, so when you're under like 40% health, you're more tankier and stuff like that. So Queen's Wings is really, really good. For the next item after that, it's just situational at this point. I always like building Immortality for late game, obviously. And then you could go for like, oh god, okay. You could go for like Sky Guardian Helmet or Oracle for this one, I feel like. Sky Guardian Helmet or Oracle, okay? More HP regen and stuff like that. You're tanky the way you are with your passive. Oracle, you know, more cooldown. The good part about Oracle is more cooldown. So the point of this build is having a lot of cooldown as well. You have Thunderbelt that has 10-second cooldown reduction, right? You have Oracle that has 10-second cooldown reduction. And I believe also Support Emblem has a little bit of cooldown reduction. So that will add all up. You know, it will add up. And then you'll have really low cooldown on your first skill, and you have like a 20-second cooldown on your ulti, around there. This is the general build. Obviously, if they're more physical damage heavy, you could change Oracle to like anti-caress. So it's like really, really situational. It's like any other tank, right? Really situational, but you're gonna be playing him as an offlaner. Because as a tank, I feel like he doesn't provide enough CC. He doesn't provide enough crowd control. His crowd control is really, really easy to dodge. Whereas as an offlaner, he pushes pretty well. He wave clears really fast. And plus, if you're getting ganked, you have CC immune, or if you're trying to help out your team on a team fight, you have your ulti to catch someone off guard and spit him to your teammates. So that's why I like him as an offlaner. Right, so you can experiment with this. I already tried full damage build. I already tried Bloodless Axe build. It doesn't give you enough sustain. I just don't think it's good. Going full tank is the way to go. So I'll see you guys in the gameplay section in a bit. Alright guys, so here we are on the gameplay section. You can see me playing Barats. This is a classic game. I wanted to show this classic game because the other Barats, as you can see, has Fighter Emblem, and you will see that he's gonna run out of mana every time he tries to spam. It's gonna be a 1v1 bot lane, off lane, and you will see the difference between Support Emblem and Fighter Emblem Barats. You might do more damage, but I have more mana than you, so I could sustain in lane more than you. Alright, and you will see that in a second. So I have Avarice here, so all I need to do is just use first skill on minions or use first skill on him. And I try to keep my stacks high at all times, alright? That I'm gonna do my best to keep my stacks at 25 or 16 at all times, and you'll see that. So I'm gonna wait for the minion wave here, and this is what I was talking to you about on the tips and tricks section. Try to hit the first skill on 3 minions, alright? Not just one. Alright, this minions are walking in. 3 minions. See, I waited for them to stop. 3 minions right there, as you can see, and then I put my first kill. And then I'm gonna keep my stacks up. As you can see, I'm gonna keep my stacks up. See? Use my first kill. I bought jungle item, by the way, so I can do this jungle minions better. It was just an experiment kind of thing. But you could actually also go for Pillager Axe if you would like. He's gonna be more tanky. If you're getting a lot of jungle camps, go for Pillager Axe. It could be good. It could be good. Alright, and this guy's about to get the freaking crab, but I took it. And look at this. I'm way bigger than him. I have way more mana than him. And my regen on HP also helps as well on the Support Emblem. As you can see. See, he cannot keep up with me. He cannot keep up with me. I'm gonna use my first skill on him so to keep my stacks. Or the crab. There you go. There you go. I use my first skill. See, right now I probably have like 25 stacks. And I'm stomping and I'm clearing so fast. So fast as an offlaner, right? See, I'm level 3, he's level 2. I have full mana, he has like 50% mana, as you can see. I use my first skill on that, stomp on him, harass him a little bit. So that's what you want to do. I'm getting 10 gold every time I harass him a little bit. Use my first skill so I can keep my stacks. Alright, there you go. See, I still have 25 stacks. And look at this. Look at this. I'm clearing waves so fast. Alright, so I use second skill if he comes near me. Okay, he ended up getting it, but it's alright. I get to harass him. Look at his mana, right? Fighter Emblem, look at his mana. None, almost none. So he cannot sustain in lane. Whereas Support Emblem, my mana is still almost at 100 and I'm spamming my skills. I actually tried to dive a little so I could keep my stacks. That's why I use my first kill on him. Alright, so I still have 25 stacks on my passive. So keeping your stacks kind of like a Claude is very, very important. But of course, make sure that you're not getting ganked. Because if you're trying to keep your stacks and then you're gonna get ganked, oh man. You get hit by a tower, you're screwed at that point, right? Yeah, I see Ling right here. I'm gonna back in a bit. But I'm really tanky. Look at Ling's damage. None. Almost none, because I have 25 stacks on my passive. Almost nothing. Obviously, it's an early game Ling, but usually Ling does way more freaking damage. Look at this Ling. Look at this. I'm gonna eat you. Whoop! Go back over here, brother. Boom! The outplay is real. Alright, so that's what you could do when you're playing Barats offlane, alright? Or if you're getting dived, that's what you could do. So easy recall right there. Easy outplay. he really tried running away and flying away. But very nice outplay right there with the ulti, right? So now my stacks are gone. I want to stack my my skills back up. Keep using my skills. That's fine. Here, just stacking my skills. Natalia already pushed bot lane, so I'm like, all right, let me hold this mid lane, because Natalia is pushing this bot lane right here. See? So that's why I was holding mid lane for a minute. And I see that people are actually trying to go for this. Now I don't have full stacks on my Barats right now, so they're gonna do a decent amount of damage on me compared to when I had 15 stacks. I actually got stunned by Moskov. I eat Ling, but Ling can actually dodge my ulti when he ultis, right? When I ulti, but he ultis by the time I try to, you know, swallow Ling. That kind of sounds wrong, but that's what we're gonna use. You can actually dodge it, alright? So it's really hard to pull off. That's the only thing I don't like about Barats, because most of the cores that you will see and you will go against have a lot of dash. Lancelot, right? Dash, ulti. Second skill, Lancelot's second skill could actually dodge my ulti. That's why I'm not a big fan of Barats' ult. But as an offlaner, look at my wave clear. It's just so good, right? These guys are gonna try to 1v2 me. But I'm not even scared because I have full stacks on my passive. I ain't even scared. Look, I ain't even scared. Look at my damage on Moskov. Did you see that? My damage on Moskov. I almost freaking killed Moskov with one combo. This is tank build, by the way. Look, I'm 1v2ing them and I don't even care. Look. My sustain is just so good, but again, you need to watch out for a game, okay? I have 25 stacks at this point, my wave clear is good. I mean, he even has potential to cut lanes, obviously. This guy has potential to cut lanes and proxy. Sometimes you'll see me delay the jungle camps because I'm trying to keep my stacks up. Right here, I actually try to get the freaking Barats, spit him out, kill out, oh, dead, right? See, that's how you use the ulti, alright? Spit him out into your teammates. But right here, I think I died to Dairoth, yeah. I get killed by Dairoth, which is just okay, just okay. Dairoth is actually really good against me. So, your counters are like high burst heroes. Dairoth, Kari, HP base heroes. Those are your counters, so you want to try to avoid those. Avoid using Barats when you're against those type of heroes, okay? When you spawn, by the way, you get a 10 stack right away, right? When you spawn, but you need to use your skills right away so that your stacks can keep up to 10. So right when you spawn, you get 10 stacks, but you need to, it's gonna start like winding down, so you need to use your skills to keep that stack. That's what you need to practice, is keeping your passive. Look, their Barats is always little ass dinosaur, look like a freaking raptor. And this Lilia, I already forced him to ulti, and look at me, look at the aggression, and look at the slow from my Thunderbelt, right? This guy's gonna die. Look at this, easy, right? I'm waiting for Ling's blue buff right here, actually. And I'm trying to keep my passive as well. As you can see, I'm trying to poke Ling with my first skill. I'm waiting for Ling's blue buff here. Yep, keeping now Ling is here. Actually, I think I remember this. Ling is gonna ulti my ulti. So he's gonna dodge my ulti, I believe. Right there. I tried ulting, but it doesn't. Yeah, right there. See, he dodges it again. But I forced him to ulti, which is the good part. I forced him to ulti, so no more Ling. He cannot help the team fights. He doesn't have ulti. We have Dairoth right here. I don't even think it matters. And look how tanky I am. I'm in the middle of the team fight and everything. I don't even care about this Moskov. Look at this Moskov. Holy. I don't even know if that was my damage or if that was Natalia's damage. But either way, that was some insane damage from, you know, my stomp. Pretty insane. Offlane is pretty straightforward. Either split push or help your teammates when they need to. Help objectives when you need to. Just like any other offlane. But the most important part is keeping your stacks, pretty much, for Barats. His gameplay is pretty straightforward. Obviously, you didn't see me cut lanes or anything, because I wasn't really sure if he was capable of cutting lanes. I think he is. I got a second tier tower right here at bot lane. Ling, I use my first skill on Ling. Look at Ling's damage. Not even close. I eat Ling, I'm gonna spit Ling into the wall so he gets stunned. I get eaten by freaking Barats, but he helped me. Actually, this Barats helped me out. Boop. And I actually killed Ling with a stomp right there. Thank you! Thank you to the other Barats for helping me out. Okay, his first skill. Look at this. Non-existent damage. Look at my damage against this Dairoth. Stomp on you, bro. See ya, nerd. Alright. Could also do that to secure a kill. Flicker first kill. And look at me. I ain't even scared. I ain't even scared. Look at this guy flickering for me. You serious, bro? I actually die right here, I think. Oh, we actually, what's it called? I die there. But we actually could immune each other's ulti. So, this only works in Classic. If it's two Barats trying to eat each other, nothing happens. Because both of you are immune to CC. So you just try to you spit. You don't do anything. I didn't upgrade my jungle item to pillager axe, but you could if you have a lot of jungle camps, right? If you have a lot of stacks on your jungle camps. The thunder belt is so good, as you can see. I get true damage and I slow them down with my stomp, which freaking hurts. My thunder belt is so good. Yeah, that true damage, that little bit of true damage. I'm actually trying to delay the minion a little bit, as you saw, to keep my stacks. Alright, there's nothing much to see here. Let's fast forward. I'm gonna try to chase this Moskov. He's dead. Right there, easy. I tried eating the Dyrok, but he died before I even what's it called? He died before I even, you know, swallow him. But right there, I got really greedy for Lilia, so I died. Let's skip more. There's nothing more to see here. That is pretty much it for the gameplay. There's nothing more significant, alright? So if you have any questions or any concerns with Barats, then make sure to comment that below. If you have a different build or different playstyle that you would recommend, then you could comment that below. Let's look at the damage we did with a full tank Barats, alright? This is a full tank Barats. Remember, full tank. No damage items at all. Not even jungle item. Not even pillager axe. And I actually did the most damage, alright? And I tanked the most. So this is a stat that you want to see from an offlaner, right? Tanking the most and doing the most damage. So I feel like as a tank, he just doesn't provide enough CC, and that's why I think he's better as an offlaner. So tell me what you guys think about it. Do not forget to hit that subscribe and like button, because 60% of you are still not subscribed. 60% of you watching are still not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button if you learned something, and if you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I am out. Peace.